Alright, what's going on? This is the SP-9. Well, basically, it's like an APC-9, but not. It's a roller. It's a roller delayed blowback system, I think. But I don't know. It's a rather interesting gun. I didn't do everything that I wanted to on here, but I kind of just did the bare bones stuff, kind of. So let's just take a look. So first thing we got is obviously a working trigger. So it moves. We have the nice grip shape. It's really comfortable. We have the fire selector, which has no effect on the trigger because I couldn't fit space. If you kind of look, it's kind of complicated. Mainly just because of the mag release system. Speaking of that, we're gonna just get right into here. It's an ambidextrous magazine release, so if we press the button, it goes out. So if you press it, you can take magazine out, and this is the magazine. It's just really simple. It has a little bullet on the top. So if you look, how it works is it gets pushed out, and if you press, it's actually an ambidextrous one. So if you push it, you can do that. You can push this back part, and then also rotates. And it's just activated by this little button on the side. The magazine has this little cutout right here. So if you put it in, it won't come out. And then it decides to get stuck. Alright, there we go. So yeah, this is the magazine. It's pretty simple. Just built using brackets. There's a serial number on the magazine. I don't know, I just like serial numbers. And I think they're a nice detail. Onto the actual gun itself. The receiver is actually built right side up, so the studs are facing upwards. I didn't really use that many techniques until we get to like this area. In order for this to work, I built this section sideways. And that is to accommodate, because if you look, lighting's kind of bad, but there's like a little gap on the top. You can see this easier, but like this little brick, this is taller than this brick. So if I just put plates on the top, this would not work. So I made it sideways so then it would be flush. You get to here, it's kind of complicated. It merges with the grip, which if you look, kind of has like a really nice connection to the handguard. This is 2 wide and this is 1 wide, but from a distance, it kind of looks really nice. I'm going to do that. There you go. The grip is 3 wide, and then it has these little indents and then little grip handles on the side to make it thicker for the hand. I keep bumping that thing, but yeah, it makes it thicker for the hand. It has iron sights. There's not the actual Strybog's iron sights. They're more of like an MP7 style iron sights, where like they flip up. But I kind of got lazy, and I kind of ran out of pieces. At least hinge bricks, because I really couldn't find any. It has a working bolt and charging handle. So if you pull this back, the bolt can go down. You can see all the way through. Like that, you can look at the magazine. So yeah. It's very nice. Rubber band is very like crisp and clean. The bolt handle operates kind of like a SCAR a little bit. Not really, but has the same style way, like an ACR. So the bolt is slanted, if you can kind of see. So just connected by an actual elastic connection. Field strips, not exactly like the real one, but what you would do is you just take out the pins, and then you would separate the lower from the upper. So this is the lower receiver. I covered up the magazine release so no one would steal it. Here's the safety mechanism. It's just a 1x2 bar. The piece I used for the trigger, you couldn't really have a safety. This is where the pin goes, and then it's just connected with the Technic axle, like right there. And then, surprisingly sturdy actually. The grip magwell is nothing too special. Has these little arms just to connect it. But upper receiver, you can take the stock butt plate off, just slides out. Has something too special. So now you kind of just have this. You can take off the bolt handle, but it's kind of a weird process because it's 3 pieces and I don't really want to deal with that. This is the barrel, barrel knob and muzzle brake. The barrel is built into here, so you can't take the barrel out, but it is pretty sturdy. Can't take the bolt out because of how it's constructed. There's a little blockade right here, mainly because of stability reasons, and so you can have this little attachment point at least stable, relatively stable. There's some little details right here on the side. I don't know what this is, but there's like a little circle here, and then on here it is the logo, and then right here there would be Grand Power labeled on the side. Right here is kind of just like I don't even know what this is, but it's like those things on the scar. There's some vents on the side, 2 smaller ones and a larger one on an angle, and then you have little vent gas things on the top, which is hollow. If you look, it goes all the way through until here. And you can also see how the bolt works, so if you do this, it kind of goes like that because nothing's on the bottom supporting it. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm gonna put it back together, and then yeah. So these are just my final thoughts on it. Looks wise, like appearance wise, I think it looks fine. Not entirely happy with it, but I feel like it looks fine. Yeah. Functionality wise, didn't get as much as I wanted to. Wanted the safety to work, wanted a hammer to work, wanted the ambidextrous mag release to not get stuck on here sometimes, because sometimes this like top half will get stuck in there because there's an elastic running through the magwell, and it's not exactly, but it's like on the corner, so it sometimes gets hooked on that. Wanted the barrel to come out, and then the bolt assembly to come out. Wanted the charging handle to be nicer, and then maybe change the sights, add an actual stock instead of the butt plate, and then maybe change the grip a little bit, so it's still pretty wobbly if you look. And then also I want to change the trigger, because I feel like the trigger is like the most ugliest thing on here. But other than that, the mag release system, really nice. I like how it turned out. Only issue is that it is powered by a spring. So if you look, there's a spring right there, and there's also a elastic right there. So it is pretty hard to push down when it's ambidextrous like this. The size of the elastic is perfect, but the tightness of it isn't. So it's a little too tight for it to functionally work as good as I wanted it to, but it still works pretty well. I came up with that during a live stream, so it's not that hard to make actually. You can probably figure it out if you have a brain. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it up to that, and then, yeah,